We are now more civilized, and we match wits instead.
I want to make a distinction between a court of law and an administrative court. A court of law is where one matches wits,
Facing another in court as a man.
Administrative court is akin to playing imaginary navy. When you walk into the courtroom, the judge is captain of an imaginary ship. That ship is that little gated area. Now he's the captain, and under maritime law, he is king of his country. He doesn't even have to listen to you. Now, we don't know the difference between that, and there's better places to actually get this information, but you have to understand that all is fair in fiction. And when you step onto his imaginary boat, he assumes that you want to play imaginary navy with him. And then, of course, things usually go wrong for you. But this weakness that we get when we deceive, or if we hold an idea that's not accurate, is really a threat and will really hurt us in our experience. Now, if you ever notice, the bullies always say, "Come on, hit me." See, the bully may or may not understand this, but if the other guy hits him first, then he gets the power to retaliate and he wins. What we need to do is go back to when we were in kindergarten, and we used to say, "Sticks and stones may break my bones,
but words can never hurt me."
Because the second you start reacting in a violent way, that puts you on the wrong side of divine law, and you give power away to your victim. Doesn't matter who that victim is, could be a bully. If he's just simply taunting you, he hasn't assaulted you yet.
Now be careful. There's a lot of these so-called purveyors of truth on the internet. Realize that they're trying to provoke a violent action, such that those that would have us as their slaves could then react to us. We should never think to actually give them that power. And if we do give that power, they get the power over us. This occurs on a larger scale with armed military conflicts between sovereign nations. Now Sun Tzu, a long time ago, at least 2,000 years, said he could predict which general would win by the general who has the highest moral authority. Now, where's this moral come from? Well, it's where we get the word morale. When you become separated from the divine authority, you become demoralized, and you start running afoul of divine law, or at least finding yourself on the wrong side of it. When you do that, you cannot prevail in battle, and we're seeing this play out in the world today. However, one must know that most of modern warfare now is not man on man, it's person on person, and all of these persons have bound away their sovereignty, and those that are their masters can do with them as they see fit.
Before one can be sovereign, they must know this law. Simply reading or hearing it does not count. They must be willing to give up what's required and take full responsibility for what is granted. You must know the law before any of the magic starts. No excuses. To be sovereign means that you truly, in your heart, want to be sovereign. To be sovereign, you must ask in a clear and audible voice to be granted your sovereignty. The last piece is very important. It is what allows one to receive the divine grace and protection. Sovereignty itself is granted through contract between a man and the mind of the supreme authority, and is enforced under divine law. This is why a sovereign, in order to be sovereign, must first know the laws of contract and the divine law. The supreme authority is not like a man. It will not try to get one over on you. You will not be forced, even if you say you want to be sovereign. The supreme authority knows your heart. When you request it to be granted, you will be notified that it has been granted. It requires a meeting of the minds, yours and the supreme authority. Some of the people who have done this have completely freaked out when they realized the truth and the supreme authority made its presence known to them. I will tell you,
it can be
the most profound, humbling, and terrifying event that will ever happen in your life. You will not have any doubt whatsoever. I did not have the benefit of someone coaching me. And when it happened to me, I said to myself, holy shit, what have I done? How in the world can I ever hope to protect myself from my own idiotic tendencies. I'm not that strong. And I didn't have that kind of mental discipline. When you meet the supreme authority, you, like me, will not want to disappoint.
The second that lack of protection came to my mind,
this contract offer came to my lips automatically. I will trust you without condition if you remove from me my ability to create a victim. I know it is not automatic for everyone. The supreme authority was my coach, so I got a break. Study the contract, know it by heart, practice it, and think about why it works before you even think to ask for your sovereignty to be granted. All my ego clutter was cleared out, and now I cannot create a victim. I can exist right in front of you, and you cannot even tell. I was able to go through everything that happened to me in my life with perfect clarity, and all that burdensome junk was lifted away. I was enlightened because I had nothing pulling me down. I was light as a feather. I have no fear, no worry, and I'm truly happy. I was educated to divine law, and simply by applying these simple rules, I can know why these things happened in my life. The only mystery is the wonderful surprises that occur every single day. You do not have to trust me. Please don't. Figure it out for yourself. The supreme authority is fair and logical, and would never force you to do anything against your will. If you do not like it, you can always go back to the old way. Try it and see what happens. You meet the supreme authority. Then it gets real good, real fast. Why does religion not teach this law? Well, think about it. If everyone were walking around free with a continual and constructive dialogue with the supreme authority, then why would we need religion? Religion is one of the primary ways they keep us shackled. They are going to hate me for that, but what can they do against the supreme authority? They can't stop me, but they may try to keep you from figuring it out. If any of them say this does not work, then they lie. I am now free to play the game as it was intended.
this Satan character?
I've never actually met him personally, and I've looked, but he does not and cannot exist in the place I currently reside. True freedom is only attained when we realize that we do not have the power or control over another man, so therefore they do not have the power or control over us. It is pure equality. It is freedom. I love this game. I really love this game. Roage.